Good morning, everyone, and Happy New Year. And we just got some data coming in. Year zone marketing final PMI at 55.2, a little bit lower than what was expected, 55.5, with German PMI. Same thing, just a tad weaker than that they're looking for. And then we get French and Italian PMI. Both just a hair bit lower than was expected. Looking ahead at the bottom of the hour, we'll have UK final PMI looking for 57.3. Bear with me. Nice run up in the euro, right into that weekly resistance level again at 22.84. Currently price is 22.80. And we do have Canadian manufacturing PMI. And they just shut this guy off from the squawk. Those guys didn't even work for the last couple of weeks. Now they can't stop yakking. Canadian manufacturing PMI is going to be at 9:30 Eastern, with U.S. manufacturing final also at 9:45 Eastern. So it's just a full day of final reading of manufacturing PMI. And then we do have construction spending at 10 a.m. So just a redux of PMIs, but they're final PMI readings, so it's not that big of a deal. And we'll just take a quick look at where we stand here on FX. We can see the euro here pushing up once again against that 22.80, which was a weekly level here at 22.80. Take a good cable. Still pushing up even higher, now making a run towards 37. Aussie, wow, pushing up again here, 77.36. Kiwi, also, obviously with equities making these new highs, just getting this run here. Dollar yen has dropped to new lows. Look at that. We've got support, or we're looking for a move down to about 250 if we broke lower, and we did break lower. Looking at dollar CAD, same thing. Oh my goodness. Back at the lows here. I think we're looking for the lower a potential lower 26s on the test there. Dollar peso, 1977. And with that, we'll go and take a look, see where we are with indices. Irina says you can do more detailed can't speak. If you could analyze more in detail NQ and SP, Russell would be great. Thank you. Sure, Irina. And good morning to everyone. And as I noted, we're also going to be doing intraday analysis on Bitcoin. Not that I've jumped on the Bitcoin wagon, which actually I am looking at Bitcoin now, but because there's so much, volume in the sense of so much movement, but also, which I wasn't even aware, the feed is live 24 hours a day on Ninja. I've got that. So you can see here with the indices, Nasdaq new highs, and actually coming into some key fibs in here. You can see here, let's go and move this over here. So it actually came and tagged this 161% and just above this 127%. We got a little bit of confluence going on here. We'll get to that. But we do have, we will be offering intraday analysis on Bitcoin. You can see here we broke here nicely on Bitcoin. Actually, we took this nice dip. I was actually looking to go in and take a long down here. It's already happened, so I can't. But you'd see here it seems to trade really well with the 30-minute. Here's the Bitcoin on the 2-hour chart here. But nice little breakdown here. If you look and really looking from just an overall take here on the 30-minute, you can see here we had a lower high. Okay, so we came back here, broken here. Now, you can see here where we had this, have some nice reactions to candlesticks. You can see here we had right in here, you see this hanging man? And then we have a gravestone doji. Look at this big old break. We rallied back to new highs, and same here. Look, a hanging man, gravestone doji. We come up to challenge, but notice how we can't close above this high. Offers a good setup. Then we get a sell signal here on the exponential moving averages. We rally back, but now you see here it's a lower high, and basically we're sitting here still in the sell mode. You can see right here, kind of gently goes above it. We're trying to make a stand here. Once it breaks here, anybody that's long from here, they're underwater. So that's where we break and see this good move. We'll do more analysis. We just wanted to go on and post and share that. Here's the, and we actually have, I don't follow that, Ethereum or whatever it's called, but you can see right here. That one actually made new highs, actually did make new highs again on that, but nice break there on this here. And of course, taking a look at the SPOOs. That's on the 5-minute. And as I mentioned on the Nasdaq, you're taking a look here. This is Bitcoin on the 2-hour chart. And you can see here we're pressing up here again. But we're into this a confluence of these two fibs. And I kind of thought that, when I saw it in the morning in Asia, it's kind of dipping back. I said, no, still wait till we come in on Monday to see how things react. So doesn't mean, hey, short it here, but just, we want to take a look and see what's going on here. Now, did we get a reaction to this? Yeah, we did on a short-term basis, at least right now. As you can see on the 30-minute, we got this shooting star, or you can call it, because it'd be long. It's a little bit longer than to say a gravestone doji. Now it's not a shooting star because the wick would be super long, but that's pretty key. If you can see how we rallied here, got a, would have been almost like a gravestone doji, but wick's a little bit long. And if we would have dipped back, we have a nice setup. But right now, if we close above this, wow, that invalidates that and opens the door for higher. But we shall see. Let's go on and we'll take a look at as I really want to take a look at the Russell. Just a real quick move there. There we go, Russell. And you can see here I changed this, the coloring on the charts. It was much easier on the eyes with this, gray. And then, of course, I've also done the links, so I can quickly just makes it so much easier. Did some work with that. Looks so much easier than typing it in. Look at that. eBay, Adobe, AMD, Zoom, Peloton. You can see how fast it's just flying. It's just so much easier. So analysis will be a little quicker. But you can see here on the Russell, we're coming right back. Here's that key resistance right there, which is going to be 1997. We'll provide some more analysis on that, but let's just go on and take a look at the news. We'll get that. And as I mentioned, we will do intraday analysis. Now, Bitcoin moves so quickly that I'm hesitant to do like throw it up on the bias chart, you can see we saw this breakdown. I would like it if we broke. I'd love it if we can make a breakdown here, because you can see anybody that's here, they're underwater. You can see we get this lower high, so it breaks. So anyone that bought it in here, they're underwater. So it really opened the door for us. And really, I had an arrow. I showed this chart earlier in the chat in Asia. But initially, before we saw a move, I think we'd be looking for a move down here at 30,640. And then if we can get down here, we'll see what we're looking at that time. Hang on, let's take a look here. Still like a move down in here. I think we would get a reaction here to 50%. But like I said, you're thinking anyone, if we can get a break below here, there we go. Then we should be able to take us down here. And then I wouldn't mind stepping in and picking up a little bit. But we'll see from there. Let's just go in and I don't know what Diddy's estimate with the China index. I don't have the whatchamacall, the code thing on the China index. So I think you're referring to the China PMI. If that's it, if you're referring to you should know how to pop this stuff out. And it's been so long. You're talking about the cakes in PMI. Pretty good move up here. We turned down a little bit lower here. But one of the things about China now seeing is because they locked down their economy, which isn't going to work in the West, they've been able to recover a lot much faster. I saw some, we call it pub or whatever, over the weekend, talk about why they've done so well is because they locked down like crazy. You saw they were even bolting some people in their apartments, literally. I'm not even being facetious either. So they were able to turn things around. And then as they turned things around and the rest of the world was stuck, then it ended up seeing an increase in the demand for their products because nobody else was making their products. That's a little bit, I don't want to say an exaggeration. What I'm saying is looking at it more in a simplistic mode, but they've come out much stronger. And that's why they're doing much better. And probably this is also helping why, well, obviously you're seeing this across the board, but man, this is so nice. I was able to link these. This way you're seeing the Aussie dollar doing so well here. Kiwi doing pretty good here, but the Aussie reacting well to that. But we did see a little bit of a dip here in the cakes and index here. Let's go into FX. I'm not FX, but the stories. These three away, I could pop these out. Let me see. I have to look on there. You used to be able to pop it out and show it for a much longer link, but I'm not going to fool with that now. So let's go and take a look at the news. Well, obviously, Bitcoin is such a big mover. Look at this. You see here, we're right here, breaking lower. Do want to keep an idea. Want to keep tabs on I guess I can do it from here. Once again, this makes it so much easier. There. We're still punching higher in NQ. But look at this break that we're seeing here with doggone. With Bitcoin. I do like to see if we make this dip. Anyway, I'm all over the place right now. We do have a little bit of a trend line here, but still, I would look for this to break lower, and then I think we could see probably good reaction. Now, I have seen this. We're getting some. We've had some huge reactions when they take a dip, and also when we rally them up. But seriously, I'm not even joking. Like easily $500 and $600, kind of bananas. So that's when I like to see this breakdown here and start jumping in for short-term moves. But anyway, that being said, let's move this out of the way. Ethereum is here. There we go. Sorry about this. Like I said, getting used to some of the things I got going for the new year. There we go with the Nasdaq. Wow, this is huge right here. Be interesting to see how we close that. Okay, so let's so Bitcoin trades near Sunday record of 34,800, following an 800% surge. I'm going to drink of coffee. So Bitcoin traded 33,365 in Asia on Monday after soaring to a record high of 34,800 on Sunday as investors continue to bet digital currency is on its way to becoming a mainstream asset. The latest milestone for the world's most popular cryptocurrency came less than 3 weeks after it crossed the $20,000 mark for the first time on December 16th, and Bitcoin has now surged some 800% since mid-March. With Bitcoin supply capped at 21 million, some see it as a hedge against the risk of inflation as governments and central banks turn on stimulus taps in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Some also view it as a safe haven play during the COVID-19 pandemic, akin to gold. Some of it reflecting the fear of the weakening dollar. Bank of Singapore analyst Mo Sim said at the most recent rally, seems like most people are preferring Bitcoin as an expression of concern over the currency debasement relative to gold. Bitcoin's advance also reflects increasing expectations it will become a mainstream payment method, with PayPal opening its network to cryptocurrencies. The potential for quick gains has also attracted demand from large U.S. investors, as well as from traders who normally stick to equities. The rally gained even more momentum as insatiable investors continued to trade from home during the New Year holidays, said Dave Chapman. Yeah, I know. I didn't even realize. Honestly, I was watching a YouTube video, and I was trying to get some information to setting up a profile. I could go into the details, but under Ninja, and just happened to see they were saying, oh, one of their new things was they had a fee to Ninja, and all you had to do for Bitcoin, all you had to do was just connect it. I don't remember who the feed is from. And just last night, I just checked to see if they had Ethereum or Ethereum or whatever you want to call it, and certainly it does. So I guess I'll have access to all the coins if I want to. But anyway, like I said, yeah, there's so much movement into it, but I'm seeing some of these reaction moves are just absolutely huge. I'm saying is when it would break down, look at this, it dipped, and actually I was looking to buy this one, and I had missed this. I stepped away, but look how quickly it dropped down here in that level, and you can see here, and look how quickly it zoomed up. So it ends up flying off the table with a good solid reaction, and you see the same thing here. And I was even thinking, I'm looking at Bitcoin, at Nasdaq. Here's what I was talking about. Look at this reaction here. Look at that. I mean, you're talking about a few $100s. I mean, holy smokes. I mean, look at this. It's from 30,500 right here. This is on a half-hour chart, all the way right back up here to 31,500. So the reactions have been pretty big. But I did see with the lower high, I'm thinking, okay, this thing's going to break. But it did hold up very well in Asia. But I still think that we can still make one more break. That probably spooked the crowd and probably send us, I'm thinking, maybe as low as down here is the 50%. You can see some good volume here. But I was even surprised that I wanted to wait until I saw how this market reacts. And it surprised me to the extent of these moves that how quickly it would bounce back. Because I remember looking at this thinking, well, I'd like to go in and short it. And but futures markets weren't open, but I haven't done anything with them. So I thought, okay, let me step in. But I didn't expect to see these kind of reactions as they picked it up. So the mania still is in place. I think there's a lot of people that are going to be stuck in this area because, of course, 24 hours stuck in this area. So if we see that break, let's see right here. If we can come down at least to 28,372 would be the 50%, that'd be down here. So that probably should afford us a good bounce off of that area. I'd like to step in there. And I think it is possible because you can think about all the mania really got me, not that it wasn't before, but I was even surprised, like, wow, New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, people are trading Bitcoin day after on the weekend, Saturday morning, Sunday morning. So I think there's a lot of people that are long from this whole area here, and that will allow a breakdown here. Anyway, that being said, let's go on and quickly move on. Really getting behind. Dollar starts 2021 in the cellar with a hangover. The dollar started the new year by slipping today on Monday as investors sold it for just about everything else in the Asian session. The euro, which had also dipped in New Year's Eve profit taking, rose to 22.52, and cable firmed to 36.98. Australian New Zealand dollars each gained. People are looking through pockets of bad news and the virus resurgence because there's few things that are supportive, he said, reflecting the vaccine rollout. Yeah, we talked about that last week. I think that we're going to see more of this. And I saw that looks like UK might be really going into a lockdown. And Japan is setting up a state of emergency, supposed to be said this week. So I'm surprised how well indices are doing. And when we saw a little bit of a pullback in Asia, I thought, well, I'll just wait till we come in on Monday, but obviously we've made another run up in here. Low U.S. Interest rates, massive U.S. budget and trade deficits, and a belief of rebounding world trade will drive non-dollar currencies higher, having set the dollar on a downward course that has gathered pace as more investors piled in. The softening dollar, commodity prices, and pushed Bitcoin as well as several other Asian currencies to milestone highs. Bitcoin on Monday, as well as Sunday's all-time high of 34,800. Minutes at a federal December meeting due on Wednesday should offer more detail on discussions about making their forward policy guidance more explicit. And the China's factory activity continued to accelerate in December, though PMI missed forecasts. And we saw that. Global economy is close to more sustainable growth recovery. Wow, look at this. We are really trying to break higher here. Let's go back into the Nasdaq. I really wanted to take a look at the Russell. So let's take a look at the Russell. This is key here on the Russell. We have to get past that area. Now, we did have a gravestone doji. You see that here. This is on the daily. So it's going to be key for us to get, if we can get a close above 1997, but that's offering resistance right now. 1997. Obviously, Nasdaq on a tear. Take a look at the SPOOs. We have breaking higher here. New highs here. Haven't done that much work with the SPOOs. I'll probably start to chart on this because it's so much easier just to fly through this, I don't know why I didn't put the Nasdaq or what. Let me see here. I have to put that on there, but it's so much easier just to fly through these. Going back to the Russell. Right now, that's going to be the key resistance right now, that 1997. Beyond that, would be right here at 20.05. Actually, it's 20.06. But certainly we're on our way, making pretty good movement here. And take a look at here with the Nasdaq. This is key because anybody that stepped in and tried to short it, thinking, okay, we've run out of gas. If they close above in here, and it certainly looks like they're going to do that, then all those people have got to get out of the way and cover. So that's why we're seeing this bid here. But that being said, you can see here we've got these two fibs here. It's nothing to mess around either with. 161%. I have to go back. We'll go and take a little bit further analysis. But the 161% is off of this one here. And we'll hurry up and jump into the currencies. Kind of all over the place, but it's the beginning of the year and we're seeing big movements. You see right here. See, there's 161%, and that's a pretty key move. That's seriously, look at that. That's, you see, that was new all-time highs at the time, and then the pullback, and we're at 161% right now. And then, I think it was on this one we did, this last move was 127% extension. Right there. Let me see. Must have been off of this last move. This last significant move. Just the same way the other one is. So hold on. Oh, is that from? Bear with me one moment. Here's the last significant recent move here. $12,465 and $10,658. I have to look on here, but you can see here the last most significant high was right here, high to low, and that puts us at the 161%. That's the most recent. I mean, the last key. That's new all-time highs here in November, and then this dip. So up into the election, then the dip down. That's the one we're focusing on right now, and the most key. I have to go back to see this 127% extension, but right now we're above it. Doesn't mean it stops on a dime, but we want to see how the market reacts. That being said, let's hurry and get into the analysis. Let me jump out of Reuters. And let me update these to the intraday. Oh, it was already on 2 hour for Google, 2 hour for NVIDIA, 2 hour for Facebook, a little bit of a gap here in Facebook. I move to PayPal and Tesla. Tesla's new highs on Tesla. This makes it so much easier. Look at this. So just jump in here. Where's my Tesla? There. Click, boom. Makes it so much easier. New highs here in Tesla. But anyway, let's go on and move into the euro. Start the analysis. Looking at the weekly. We're back up here again. These levels. back at this 2284. And you can see here, okay, so the euro found resistance at the weekly level of 2284. To start the week, immediate resistance will be 2269 with support at 2163. The pair has a potential to 2113, but we're ripping right now. Now, last week we had 2284 as a weekly resistance. So if we do see a pop, and right now we'll have to go back to this weekly resistance of 2284. Right here. The only stretch I have here, not stretch, but the next key significance is going to be this 23.49. The dollar just might get whacked to start out the day. So what we're going to do is we're going to go I don't know why this is way down here. This didn't make any sense. This must have stayed from who knows when. I guess with the throw of the new year. Let's go with 2284. 23.49 on the stretch. And support. Will have to be 22.14. Moving into the cable. So cable continues to ramp up. The pair will be targeting 37.44 with immediate resistance at the weekly lower wick of 37.09. Support will be 35.69. Support's going to come in right there at, we have 36.48, but another dip lower. For now, it's going to be 36.05. And onto the weekly to take a look at that level. If we pop them, 37.44 is the 78% of this move from 14.09 to 43.75. So 37.44. And onto the Aussie. Holy smokes, new highs again here in the Aussie. The Aussie finished the week with a Greystone Doji after a phenomenal rise over the last 8 weeks. Support will be 76.23, followed by 75.38. Resistance will be 77.51, and we're above that. Holy smokes. 76.23. Boy, this must have saved like from who knows when. Look how far these go back. Look at dollar index at 97. I don't know how that must have auto loaded. Anyway, let's take a look in here. New highs here. We've got a resistance level right now at 77.63. Yep, 77.63. Wow, Nasdaq 12,959. Holy smokes. Let's go and go to NQ. Not NQ, doggone. Kiwi. This makes it so much easier than having to type them in. But I haven't done it for the cross rates, so I'll have to do it there too. Moving on to the Kiwi. Sheesh, new all-time highs again. Not all-time highs, but I mean more recent highs, or we're challenging that, I should say. But this is on the weekly. Kiwi paired back slightly on the close of the year. The pair remains strong, although a mild correction may be in order. Immediate resistance will be 72.20 with support at 71.16. Oh, let me change all these too. They're all wrong. Moving on to the dollar CAD. So much easier this way. Sheesh, this dollar CAD is just bad news. So the dollar CAD has retreated nearly the short covering run up, or nearly retreated all of the short covering run up. Now it has. Support will now come in at 27 even with a break below to challenge 26.17. Resistance will be 28.10. So we're looking potentially at this go down to 26.17 and we'll put support at 26.46. And resistance? What resistance? This thing, all this thing knows is down, down, down. Let's go to a 2 hour. For right now, it's going to come in at right there, 27.20. Oh, you know what? Also, it's missing out here the euro pound. Oh, but we can. I think it was at pretty much what we had. This thing is all messed up. We have to. We'll have the analysis, but we'll have to redo this thing because you can see how old this is. So this is the euro pound's not even added on there. We used to have something else here. Oh, it's the euro yen. The euro yen. That's what we took out. So let's flip out to the euro pound. There we go. Let's go to the dollar peso now. So the dollar peso remains staunchly weak. Support comes in at 1977 with a break of new lows to challenge 1948. Resistance will be 2002. So you can see right now we're below that. Like I said, we start the weekly. We need to go and respect where it's at right now. And you can see this is support right here. These bodies, the opening. That'll be 1976. And resistance right now is going to be 1996. Actually, 1992. Bitcoin continues to break down, as is Ethereum. Take a look where we stand right now. I'd like to see this pretty good hard break. We're getting a pretty good hard break right now. Let's swip onto that real quick. See, let's see, folks, we're getting that break right now. And this is what I was talking about. The people that were, everybody gotten all excited. Bear with me. All in here. That's where I was looking for that break. Because all these people that got all excited over the weekend, actually, I'm wrong. Like that, okay? Those people. So I'm looking for a breakdown here to take us down here. And that would get us to, let's go to the 4-hour chart, 2-hour chart. Would get us down here to at least a 50%. Then from there, we'll probably see a nice little bounce. So 28,372. We're attacking the trend line. I think we can break this. Maybe we'll even dip down to this 27,820. See what kind of a jump we get there at that point. Getting a little bit of a bounce here from here, but I'd like to see this one more break. Really flush them out pretty good. Let's go back to the analysis. That's why I would have liked to short it because I was looking for that break, but I've never even traded Bitcoin futures, but something I'll have to go and take a look at. Oh, actually, I was on the wrong page. Okay, what was I? It was 5. Already a pretty big move already off that low. $700 move off of those lows. Holy smokes. I'll show you real quick. Look at that. That's the same moves you're seeing here. Anyway, let's go and keep on with the analysis. FX. Dollar peso. Let's go move into dollar yen. Dollar yen is attempting to hold the 103 level. Support will be 292 with a break opening to move to 252. Resistance will be 352 followed by 376. So we can see we're breaking down here. I'll look for 252. And on the upside, at this point, it'd be right there, 333. Onto the dollar index. This thing's an absolute mess. Okay, so the dollar index saw some minor short covering at the end of the week. Support for the index is going to be 89.12 with resistance at 90.33, followed by 90.98. I don't think we have to worry about any resistance. This thing's an absolute dog. 89.12. And resistance, 90.33. Obviously bearish. Onto the Kiwi yen. Kiwi yen closed shy of a weekly level of 74.68. The pair has experienced a solid run. A pause to refresh may be in order. Support for the week will be 73.20. With resistance at weekly level of 74.68. Onto the euro pound. So the euro pound closed the week below 89.68, opening a challenge of 88.75, which will be support to start the week, 88.75. Resistance will be 90.19. And that has been bearish. Let's go move on to the Euro Aussie. The Euro odd closed the week below 59.11. You can see that. Opening a challenge to 57.10. Immediate support will be 57.75. With resistance at 59.97. These moves in Bitcoin are something else, man. So we've already rallied off of that low. We already rallied $800 off of the low. That's just bananas. That's what I'm saying. It's like, got to keep your eyes on that. Let's go to the Euro Kiwi. The Euro Kiwi is attempting to hold the 70-cent level. You can see right here. Key support comes in at 69.30, which will be support to start the week. Resistance will be 70.63, followed by 71.50. Onto the Aussie yen. So the Aussie yen finished with a new weekly high, but the daily was a gravestone doji, suggesting a pair back is in the near future. We're actually looking at a weekly. Let's go and take a look at the daily. There. And you see here, key will be if it can close above the daily close, which is 79.45. So once again, the LC finished with a new weekly high, but the daily was a Greystone Doji, suggesting a pair back is in the near future. Resistance will be 79.78 with support at 79.10. Onto the guppy. Wow. This was all over the place. Look at this. Obviously, with the moves we've seen in sterling. Guppy saw a solid close to the end of the week. Immediate challenge and resistance will be 41.77 with support at 40.15. And to close it out, the sterling odd. So the sterling odd finished the week with a solid close after defending the level of 76.31. You can see that right there. Resistance will be 78.25, followed by 78.75. Support will be 76.73. And we're there right now. And there we have it. Let's go and save that thing before it disappears. I don't know what the heck happened with that. And we'll take a quick look at where things stand overall. So Apple, a little bit of a gap. I mean, nothing that you'd expect considering we're at all-time highs. Microsoft, same thing, a little bit of a gap. We're looking at the 2-hour chart. Amazon, same thing here. Nothing that you've seen like bananas here, like all crazy. Although, yeah, we do have a gap up here, right here, 32.84. Same thing, a gap here in Google, but there's no real trading here. NVIDIA and Facebook. You can see that's key. See if we can get back above that 279. And then taking a look at here's Tesla. Wow, new all-time highs in Tesla. Holy smokes. Here's PayPal. Let's take a look at eBay. This is so much easier. Oh, here we are. Right here. Here's eBay. We're going to daily. Makes it so much easier just to fly through these Peloton. PayPal, hold its own here. Crude oil. Wow, it took challenge the $50. Gold. A little run up here in gold. Not bad, but nothing compared to what we're seeing in Bitcoin. Silver, corresponding move. Russell. We talked about that 1996. You can see here that's holding for right now. S&Ps. We'll take a look real quick on the Nasdaq. And here we are. Here's Bitcoin breaking here, but we have rallied. Look at that. We saw that break here, but look at this, $1,000 rally. Holy smokes. I mean, wow, off of those lows. So you can see the kind of movement we're seeing. We did come here at this trend line. Took it out, but rallied above it. I still would like to see a break. On this break here, that's what I think. Maybe we'll come down to this 27,820. Maybe flush it out just a little bit on a scare. Then that's probably a good little area to step in. We're hitting here on the Nasdaq. Right up here at that 161%. Let me get rid of this one right now. This one's key because that's off of this high and this low. That was the high right after the election and the low a few days later. We're at 161%. Very, very curious to see how we close on that. What we do with that today? Well, that's it. Thanks for joining us here on the European Crossover webinar, and we'll see you in the chat room.